table committees, which basically are people that come from across the state twice a year, small business owners and service providers, to tell us how we can do our job better and we can share information with them. So it's a two-way dialogue. Strategic alliances with small business partners. As I said, we have to collaborate, and we have a whole host of small business partners. Now, the advocate and the register and the directory, I want to mention them. The state of Ohio and any government entity is extremely slow. Oh my gosh, if you need something done quickly, which within 24 hours, it takes a massive movement of just like, it's like herding cattle to get something done in government. And so what we've tried to do on those three programs is to be responsive and move at the speed of business. And as an advocate for small businesses, if you get all into a wrestling match with taxation as a small business owner, and you need somebody to step in and say, stop, we need to have a face-to-face meeting, get this straightened out, we will set that up and advocate on your behalf with that state agency. The register is a weekly posting of any new or changed regulation that will affect small businesses. So they have time to comment and go to their legislators and say, this is terrible, or this is great, or whatever. But you can go to our website and get that information. And then our directory. We have a directory with over 1,000 entries of small businesses throughout the state, so they can connect with one another. But we also use it to disseminate information. We get requests often from legislators. I want to know all the businesses in my region, my district, and we can go in and pull that information based upon the input from the small businesses and give it to them. It's all self-input. We don't try to edit it. Don't say you have to be in business 5 years or a year. Put it on there and we'll communicate with you. And then the hotline. We have a hotline. You can actually talk to somebody every day from 8:30 to 5. You don't get voicemail. This is for business. And if you have an issue or a comment, you can call and get help. And we commit to get something back to you, a resolution or a referral within 24 hours, which is very important. That's our website there. And then we also are working with communities like Wilmington and other areas of high unemployment in what we call the Back to Work Ohio website. It's a quantitative and qualitative website that gives input on if you're a displaced worker, how you can get training, or if you want to go into business, and it gives some other stress relief type, referrals. And it's just, when you get that pink slip, you can go to that website and decide, what am I going to do? Because there's a lot of information there. Our home-based curriculum listed under micro-enterprise support has just completely launched itself, and we're getting so many calls about it because of the displaced workers. When people are looking for a way to support themselves, they just need to just start with the language of operating a business. What do I need to set up an office in my home? What does it mean to say what kind of software do I need on my computer? Well, we cover that in our home-based business workshop and training course, and we partner with a nonprofit to provide that information, and it's really blossoming for baby boomers, for women, for any group. We try to tailor the curriculum to that group. We also are working on an incubator initiative as soon as we locate the funding for it, so we can strengthen and support incubators. And as I said, women are very important to economic development. We have those programs that are the keys to success is a recognition ceremony for women business owners in November. We also have a women's business directory so women can network, and then we tailor-make that home-based curriculum for women in our home-based business for women business owners. This is a diagram of some of the partners that we've established since we've been in existence, and they're color-coded. Green are local partners, and I think chambers. The green is the SBDC, PTAC, manufacturing, ITAC, and the statewide partners. The blue are Department of Development partners like Global Markets. The red are other state agencies, and the black and white outer layer are all of the other agencies that we've done events with or supported throughout the year with events and training. So we're always looking for people that have the same mission at heart. Did you all know that the state of Ohio had a strategic plan for turnaround? Okay, well, I won't go into a whole lot of it, but there were two parts of the strategic plan that pertain to small businesses. I'm going to focus on the bottom two, the lending participation program, and Check Ohio First. It's about credit, it's about contracts. If you got those two things as a small business owner, you're doing pretty good. However, we know that financial assistance is very difficult for small businesses, and if there are any bankers in the room, I'm only telling you what we found, that over the last year, many small businesses have not had the banking arrangements that they needed to be able to move forward and survive. Their personal credit scores have fallen, trying to keep their businesses going, and the stories go on and on. So what we've tried to do is twofold. We've tried to come up with ways to help our small business owners be better banking customers by giving them education on credit repair and how they can diversify their income stream and other sources, bartering, factoring. We've done everything we could to try to get the information out, and we have it on our website of micro lenders and different tools that they can use. And we've also had dialogue with a number of financial institutions on how we can work together to provide working capital by using federal and state loan guarantee programs and enhancements. So we're still working on that. You probably know the first one that got all the publicity was the Huntington, and we're still kind of retooling that arrangement. Because what I think happens is, at the top level, you get information out and think everybody understands it, and when you get out in the networking field, people don't understand it. So we were finding customers that would go to their bank branch and say, I want that state program. The teller doesn't know. What are you talking about? We don't do that. So we're still trying to get the word out about what that is, and we do foresee that we'll be able to get that straightened out. And then Check Ohio First is contracts. It's the belief that big business ought to do business with small businesses in the state of Ohio before going to Michigan or Indiana, Kentucky, wherever. We can do it right here. So we're going to have a social networking site. We're going to use those matchmaker events and those directories to connect big businesses with small businesses. As I said, we're an advocate for small businesses. We have the hotline, and we answer questions and deal with the issues you see on the screen. All of those concerns affect small businesses. And for the first time in November, we're going to do what you're doing today. We're going to have representatives from all of those agencies at a table over lunch and just compare notes, because many of the agencies that work with small businesses don't understand how a small business functions. Case in point, we are getting to know workers' compensation real well, and they